Welcome to US-based news channel. Big raid on Russian colonels in Bakhmut, the key region of Donetsk. Ukrainian troops are running at the front with great success. Russia is losing its best soldiers. Prigozhin, the founder of the Russian mercenary group, made critical confessions about the front. He also accused Russian aviation of important matters. Explosion sounds also occurred on the territory of Russia. Most intense attacks of recent times are taking place in the border region. Strategic operations in the regions have been increased. On the Russian side, fuel and industrial problems may begin to erupt at any moment. Ukraine gets stronger with support. This time, the biggest support package has been reported from Germany. In this war that has been going on for months, it is seen that the operations on the Eastern Front have increased frequently. In this direction, the intensity of mutual attacks is constantly increasing in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Moreover, it is known that the Ukrainian army carried out strategic moves on the front. This time, it is reported that two important Russian colonels were neutralized on this Bakhmut front. Russian Defense Ministry announced that two colonels in this area were neutralized in just one day. As a result of the repulsing of the attacks carried out according to the statements, the commander of the 4th Motor Rifle Brigade Colonel Vyacheslav Makarov, and the deputy commander of the corps in charge of military-political work, Colonel Yevgeny Brovko, were neutralized. Losing such experienced soldiers by Russia, which has already lost many of its soldiers, even affects the course of the war. As it is known, the loss of experienced Russian soldiers has increased considerably for months due to strategic mistakes on many fronts. This had previously led to partial mobilization by Russia. However, inexperienced and inadequately trained soldiers sent in this context continued to cause more casualties. Moreover, regarding this front, Prigozhin, the founder of the Russian mercenary group, made important statements about the impact of the Ukrainian army's counterattacks near Bakhmut. According to Prigozhin, the Russian Air Force did not appear to help the Russian mercenary group. Regarding this situation at the front, he said, the Air Force was theoretically supposed to take back the positions lost by other units. However, it seems that the positions are still under the command of the Ukrainian army and the Russian Air Force does not help. Although the struggle for control near the front and on the front continues, the tension is gradually increasing. Russian forces are trying to hold on to the front without strengthening any positions. Russian mercenary group, on the other hand, continues to make efforts to prevent the Ukrainian troops from advancing. However, these efforts are in vain. Because the Ukrainian army has begun to increase its control at critical points. This causes the Russian army and Russian mercenaries to lose power at the front. It is known that the course of the war in recent months has put a lot of pressure on Russia. Operations in many border regions of Russia continue to cause the Russian army to suffer losses in its own country. Moreover, in these attacks, not only military points, but also industrial and economic points are targeted and hit. As it is known, these are the points that can affect the course of the war. For these reasons, mutual attacks in such areas will increase gradually. According to the latest news, this time, tension has increased in the Bryansk region of Russia, which has been frequently exposed to explosions in recent days. It has been reported that an oil depot in the region has been subjected to mysterious attacks. In addition, Russian planes and helicopters had fallen in the region the other day. Then it turned out that the oil depot was targeted in the same Klinsty area. It was announced that the sounds of explosions echoed in the territory of the Bryansk Nefteprodukt oil depot in the region at night. In the night inspection, it was stated that there were two craters with a diameter of 10 centimeters placed between the tanks placed for the storage of petroleum products in the area. It was claimed that the attacks were carried out by the Ukrainian armed forces. Although the situation at the facility has stabilized, experts continue to investigate the circumstances of the incident. It is thought that attacks on such points may increase in the near future. For these reasons, it is considered essential to increase the measures at such points and strengthen the defense. Because, especially recently, important points in the region have been hit frequently. With these moves, the Russian military, industry and economy can also be targeted. In addition, hitting such fuel points can disrupt the flow of fuels required for Russian military equipment and petroleum products required for the country's economy. Thus, Russia may have to deal with more serious problems both in the military field and in the economic field. Ukraine, on the other hand, continues to gain strength and gain advantages with the support it receives from other countries. This time, it was reported that Germany announced the biggest new aid package ever to Ukraine during the day. It was stated that this military aid package, worth €2.7 billion, covers many important military equipment. It was stated that this military support package includes 12 IRIS-T SLS launchers, 18 wheeled howitzers, for IRIS-T SLM anti-aircraft missile systems, guided missiles for air defense systems and artillery ammunition. It was also announced that this package includes more than 100 armored combat vehicles, more than 200 reconnaissance aircraft, 30 Leopard 1A5 main battle tanks and 20 Marder infantry fighting vehicles. Each of these military equipment and ammunition will provide a great advantage for the Ukrainian army. With all these powerful weapons, the Russian military points will be in more danger. Strengthening of the Ukrainian army will greatly reduce the probability of success of the Russian troops. This will advance the course of the war in favor of the Ukrainian army. Ukrainian President Zelensky made important statements about the war and this support. President Zelensky, during his visit to Germany's capital Berlin, stated that it is time to determine the end of the war this year. Noting that now is the time to act, Zelensky said, "We all want this war to end at last, but with a just and honest peace. Ukraine and the whole of Europe must be free." He also declared that this year was the right time to mark the end of the war for Ukraine and claimed that Russia's defeat could become irreversible. He also thanked Germany for this last €2.7 billion worth of assistance to be provided from Germany for Ukraine. All the resources included in the package, on the other hand, stated that it will provide significant strengthening for Ukraine to protect itself in the war. It was emphasized that Germany is in the second place after the United States in terms of aid. It was added that in Ukraine's most difficult period recently, Germany also stood by Ukraine and proved to be a true and reliable ally. "Together we will win and bring peace back to Europe," said Ukrainian President Zelensky. In the long run, all support from countries will be even more important. This will greatly affect the course of the war. It has become necessary to pay more attention to every step taken and decisions made regarding the war. Otherwise, the cost of mistakes will continue to be heavier, especially for Russia. In these days when the course of the war is getting critical, every move is more important. We'll see what happens in the next few days. We have reached the end of another video. You can support us by liking the video. You can easily follow new videos by subscribing. I wish you all a war-free day. See you.